Where are the most walkable neighborhoods in Hamilton? As if you're thinking about moving to Hamilton and you don't have a car or your family only has one car, then you need to check out these 5 different neighborhoods we're going to be talking about today, as they're all just going to be a short walk away from 4 key essentials. So the first one is just those basic amenities, those grocery stores, those pharmacies to get your daily essentials. The second is they're going to be a short walk away from local cafes and restaurants, so you can go enjoy a quick bite to eat or a coffee and get some work done. Number 3 is they have to be just a short walk away from either some great parks or outdoor spaces for you to enjoy within the community. And then number 4 is, of course, it has to have great public transportation options, allowing you to get to those places that maybe you don't want to walk all the way there. So if you're new here, my name is Matthew. I'm a local realtor, and this is my channel where I share everything about what it's like living in Hamilton and the surrounding cities. And if you are thinking about making the move to Hamilton, send me and my team a message today to book your free relocation consult call, where we can talk about each one of these communities that we're going to be diving in here in more detail based on what you're looking for. Other than that, let's just jump on into the very first community you need to consider when moving to Hamilton if you're looking for a walkable neighborhood, and that is Dundas. So where you're going to be finding Dundas is on the west side right here, really tucked in to the valley it sits in, as it's completely surrounded by the Niagara Escarpment. And if you're looking for the most walkable area within Dundas, you want to be as close as possible to King Street right here, or Highway 8, especially in the downtown area. Here is where you're going to find those local shops, those local restaurants, those local cafes, but also those other shops to just get your basic amenities. That is, you got a Shoppers Drug Mart over in this area right here. Just down Main Street, you'll have a Metro located here as well. And overall, this is where the main bus route will be coming through, is really through King Street here. And then this will either take you out to McMaster to a connecting bus, or all the way down to downtown Hamilton. Then also, when you're living within this community of Dundas here, like you see, you're going to be within just really a short walk away from the Dundas Driving Park that has a lot of great activities, both in the summertime and also in the wintertime. And then if you really wanted to make a huge hike, you also have some great waterfalls close by with Spencer's Gorge, Dundas Peak, Two's Falls, as well as Webster Falls. So Dundas is a great option if you're thinking about making the move to Hamilton, as if we look at the walk scores, is a 98 for Dundas, with the public transit score being 86 and the bike score being 91. Now, like we mentioned, the closer we get to King Street, the more walkable this community is. Now, what's also great about living in Dundas is you're going to have many different community events happening within this downtown area here, where it is so walkable, as every year you have Cactus Fest as well as Buskers Fest that has a bunch of street performers come from around the world to show their skills. But then you'll also find in the warmer months a farmers market here as well. So if you're interested in the real estate, quickly, what you can expect is close by downtown Dundas, you're going to find some of those more older buildings, some of those heritage homes, to also some of those smaller bungalows. But then a little bit further out from the downtown area of Dundas is where you're going to find some larger detached homes, as well as some low-rise condo options to choose from. And if you are interested in learning more about this community here, make sure you keep on watching to the end, as I'm going to be sharing where you can go to learn all of this and more about living in Dundas. Other than that, let's take a look at the second community you need to consider, and that is Westdale. And where Westdale is located is we're still on the west side of Hamilton. This one here is tucked right along the 403, so it gives you great access to the highway, but also even better access to McMaster University. So Westdale makes up this little oval right here basically, and it's an absolutely gem of a neighborhood. And I spent a bunch of time when living in McMaster here, as you have everything you need really in the Westdale Village right here. And as you can just see by how the neighborhood is structured, is it kind of just webs out from the Westdale Village. So no matter where you're living within Westdale, you can be rest assured that it's going to have great walkability, not only to McMaster, but also to all the variety of restaurants and shops you can find within the Westdale Village. As here you'll find the Paisley Coffee House, the Snooty Fox, as well as the Burnt Tongue, a Shoppers Drug Mart. And if you kind of keep on going, you'll find a public library right here as well. But if you keep on going kind of down here is where you'll find that Food Basics as well. And that's not to mention that you're just a short walk away from all the shops that are also going to be along Main Street here, like a Fortino's and a variety of different restaurants to choose from. Now, as for the walk score within Westdale, the walk score was rated a 93, the public transit score was rated a 62, and the bikeability score was rated a 95. So a great opportunity to live in Hamilton if you don't own a car. And what's also great when living in Westdale is you are just a short walk away from Coots Paradise, an absolutely spectacular area to go explore the many hiking trails they have to offer you, as I used to spend a bunch of time trail running when living in this community here. And then as for what you expect for the real estate in this community here is it's primarily going to be detached homes that are slightly on the older side, with about maybe 50-60% being student rentals, and then the other 50 to 40% either being families or professors that work at McMaster. And then the next community you might want to take a look at is located on the Hamilton Mountain on the north side and includes neighborhoods like Centermount and Eastmount. So let's go take a look. So we're going to be finding those neighborhoods is going to be right on the Hamilton Mountain on the north side. And I really consider that anywhere from Upper Gage right here all the way over to Upper James, Upper Wellington, and kind of cuts in along the escarpment here. So what's great about living in these communities here, as one, you're going to be finding mainly smaller detached homes, so are a great price point to get in on, but then you're also a great walk away from Concession Street here. Has some of my favorite restaurants, from Speedy Subs to Lady Glazed Donut to Heel, to the ice cream parlor, and much more to go and explore just along Concession Street here. But then you're also just a short walk away from the Sam Lawrence Park, like my favorite park to go grab a picnic. Not necessarily your best park to go with some kids, but you do have those parks like Eastmount Park right here that offers some great green space, or also right over here by the Hill Park Recreation Center is going to offer some great green space as well for you to enjoy. But then along Fennell Street, right kind of bordering the south side of this neighborhood here, is we're going to find a few different plazas. As I know, along Upper Gage, you'll find the Fennell Plaza that has a Metro, has a Freshco, but then also just a variety of other stores along Fennell Street here. And then as for public transportation, you're going to be finding some bus stops both along Concession Street, both along Fennell, and that give easy access either to connect to other buses to take you around Hamilton, or also to the downtown area here, as you're going to have many different access points when you're living in this community here, as you want to have just many different stairs taking you down the Niagara Escarpment right here, but also many different just roadways in general that you can drive down or take a bus down to hit the downtown Hamilton area here. Then as for the walk scores for this community being 71, the public transit score being 62, and the bike score being 50. Now overall, this is going to be a great neighborhood if you want to get some basic walking done and get your basic amenities. However, if you are just going to be living in Hamilton with no car, this might not be the best neighborhood for you. I usually recommend at least having one car within the family when living in this community here. However, as you can see, it's an absolute great opportunity to live on the Hamilton Mountain, as the majority of real estate, what you're going to be finding here is going to be those older bungalow detached homes or 1.5 story homes that have a long driveway and usually a detached garage built somewhere in the backyard. So if you are thinking about making the move and this neighborhood might be right for you, or the ones we've chatted about so far, send me and my team a message today to get some more details on the real estate you can find within these communities here. Otherwise, the next neighborhood you need to take a look at would be the Kirkendall neighborhood, located right beside downtown Hamilton. So let's go check a look. So where you're going to be finding the Kirkendall neighborhood is just a little bit west of the downtown area of Hamilton, right along, tucked into the Hamilton Escarpment and along the 403. So it kind of goes down Queen Street here, kind of kicks up along the escarpment, and then you kind of go along the 403 and then kind of cut back here to make that circle. Now, what's great about living in the Kirkendall neighborhood as you have Lock Street right here, so a lot of great restaurants to find here. You have those local cafes, you have Starbucks here that I visit quite often, but as well as Donut Monster, many different restaurants to choose from. You have the Planted in Hamilton, Democracy. You also have Earth to Table Bread Bar here, Maddie's Hot Chicken here as well. Lots of great options just to choose from. But then also when you're living within this community here, you're going to be just a short walk away from the Tradoke Golf Course, but also just the Tradoke Trails and also stairs to enjoy. So when you're living in this community here, not only can you go play 2 different 18-hole courses that are a pretty reasonable price for playing golf in Hamilton, but then you're also going to have the rail trail along the Niagara Escarpment right here, allowing you to walk as long as you really want until your heart's content. But then you also have the stairs here, which is one of my personal favorite things recently to do, is to run up and down the escarpment trails when the weather is nice outside. And then because you are located right close to the downtown area of Hamilton, you do get great access to the public transportation options, as you're going to find the busing along Lock Street that will either connect you with a bus that will take you to downtown Hamilton and go anywhere else in Hamilton you want. So as for what you can expect for the walk score when living in this community here, it was rated a 95 in the walk score, a 69 in the public transit score, and the bikeability score was 84. And of course, the closer you get either to Lock Street or just downtown Hamilton in general, these walk scores are only going to continue to increase. Now, as for what you can expect for the real estate within Kirkendall, is it's primarily those classic red brick detached homes that you're going to be finding within the Hamilton downtown area park that either have been converted into rentals or have been completely renovated from top to bottom and ready for you to move in. And then also within this community, you're going to find some smaller detached bungalows as well. Then the next community you need to take a look at is the downtown area of Hamilton. And where that is located is right beside the last neighborhood we chatted about. Right here is where you're going to find it, and this is where you're going to find the best public transportation options, the most is going on within Hamilton, as well as just a great walkability score no matter where you live. So you can really cut this, you could cut it around Dundurn and cut a little bit into Kirkendall if you want, and really just highlights this area here. Now here you're going to find all the buses are either going to be going along Main Street or King Street. Now, just so you know, if you are new to Hamilton, that these 2 roads here are currently one-way streets. So be sure that if you're going on Main Street, you're going to be heading out east. If you're on King Street here, you're going to be heading out west. But also within this community here is where you're going to find a lot to do, as not only do you have just Jackson Square Mall here, but you also have the First Ontario Centre that's currently going under a massive renovation to really update it. But you also have the First Ontario Concert Hall, and then many bars and restaurants to choose from. So you have James Street, which perhaps is the best in all of Hamilton, in my opinion, for the restaurants options you have here. As if we just zoom in here, what you're going to notice, you got Merritt Brewery, you have Cowabunga Pizza, 2 of my essentials that I seem to be visiting way too often, but I absolutely love them, so I don't mind. But then you also have Chocolate on James here, you have Oko Bagels here, August 8th, and then if you kind of zoom over here along King William Street is where you're going to find a lot of great restaurants as well, like Electric Diner, Relay Coffee Roaster, the Hamburg, the Mule, the French, just so many different restaurants and cafes to choose from. And that's not to even mention what Hamilton's probably most known for its downtown nightlife on Hess Street right over here as well, that has something seemingly going on every single weekend. And also, with regards to the walkability, it's only going to increase as the LRT line, a multi-billion-dollar project that is being invested in Hamilton, will be coming to the downtown area soon. That will really connect Hamilton from east to west, making it super easy if you're living in the downtown area to really go anywhere throughout Hamilton. So if you are thinking about making the move to the downtown area, here's what you can expect for the walk score. And that is a 100 walk score, an 86 public transit score, and a 93 bike score. And what you're going to be finding primarily within this community here for real estate is, of course, going to be those condo buildings to choose from. And then just along the outskirts is where you're going to find some of those classic red brick homes. So if you are interested in learning more about the real estate in these communities here, send me and my team a message today. Otherwise, if you're interested in learning more about that first community we talked about, Dundas, I've recently done a vlog completing everything you need to know before living in Dundas. So you can find that video right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.